Hello everyone, this video is going to be a quick guide on catching max IV Dittos for breeding in Pokemon Sword and Shield. We will cover the Dynamax Ditto dens as well as where to catch regular Dittos and the brilliant aura Dittos that show up there as well. The first requirement needed is the IV Judge feature, which is unlocked by beating both the main story and beating Leon inside the battle tower. There are about 4 trainer battles leading up to Leon, and they're quite easy, but Leon himself is pretty tough. You are allowed to use Eternatus or some rental teams to make it easier for you, and if you do lose, you can instantly rebattle him so you won't have to worry about that. Okay, so the first method I'm going to talk about is the max raid battle Dittos. You will want to start by flying to the bridge field. If you bike a short distance to the right, you'll find this den in a corner just inside the stony wilderness. This den is the one that you'll find Dynamax Dittos in, and they will always have a set of guaranteed max IVs. To activate the den, you will need to use wishing pieces, which can be purchased for 3000 watts at any trader in the wild area. There is one right next to where you fly in if you have trouble finding them. If you are low on watts, you can travel around the wild area checking on low power dens for 200 watts, or dens with Pokemon in them for 2000 watts each. Now from what I understand for this specific den, regular red shining dens will have normal Pokemon, but the bright pink swirling beams will always have Dittos. From my research, there is apparently a 1 out of 8 chance for the beam to be a pink swirly one each time you use a wishing piece. One important thing to note is that if you get a normal den, you will need to defeat the Pokemon to be able to throw another wishing piece inside. The 5-star battles can be difficult, but a good general Pokemon to use for this is Eternatus. He's really strong and you can spam Dynamax Cannon. You will get a lot of EXP candies while raiding, and you can level Eternatus up to 100 really quickly and it will make the raids a bit quicker. Just to preface this, it might take quite a long time for you to actually get a den with pink swirls, but when you do find one, you will see that there is a star rating for your Ditto. 5 stars means the Ditto will have a minimum of 4 max IVs, while a rating of 4 stars will mean the Ditto will have a minimum of 3 max IVs. Make sure you catch any of them that you find because they will most likely be useful. The next spot for hunting breeding Dittos is the Lake of Outrage. It is found in the upper corner of the wild area by crossing through the water. In this location you can find Dittos walking around in the overworld, spawning at a rate of 10%. Do not try to find them in actual random grass encounters because I do not think they can be found there at all. When you see Dittos walking around, you may notice some of them vaguely glowing with a yellowish aura that looks like this. Some people call them brilliant auras, and Pokemon found this way will always have a minimum of 3 max IVs. Because of some changes to game mechanics and breeding, all you need to get started are 2 or 3 Dittos with all 6 IVs maxed between them. If you have 2 Dittos with 3 or 4 max IVs each, but you are still missing one of the stats being maxed between them, such as this case where I'm missing speed, you can use one of the earlier methods of catching Ditto to get another one if you want to, or you can just stay in this area and catch normal Dittos until you find one that has the maxed IV of your missing stat. Again, in my case, I was missing speed, and it took me about 12 captures to find a Ditto with a max speed IV. This is a lot faster than finding a new 3 IV or 4 IV Ditto and just hoping that it has the stat you're missing, because if it doesn't, it is very, very painful. Also, to make catching them a lot easier, I'd recommend using repeat balls, which you can buy from the Pokemon Center at Winden. The reason why having a set of Dittos like this is okay is because of the easy accessibility of the power items and the Destiny Knot. You will not lose much time at all while breeding. With the set of 3 Dittos that I have here, I can breed a perfect Pokemon with very little time wasted in the breeding process. Do not try to spend all of your time looking for a Ditto with 5 IVs or 6 IVs. If you happen to find one, it is really amazing, but you could spend weeks and weeks trying to find one and still never come across one. I will make a guide shortly in the future where I use the Dittos caught in this video to make a perfect competitive Pokemon. But for now, that covers everything in regards to catching Dittos. Thank you all for watching and stay tuned for more guides.